in the previous video, I mentioned the fact that Facebook is rolling out its Messenger Rooms platform for video conferencing, as well as calling video conferencing purposes. And I also mentioned that Zoom was the main platform in that regard. Zoom is currently the most dominant platform in that regard, with I believe it's over 300 million users that they have now worldwide. That's a worldwide statistic, right? However, Zoom is complaining about hackers and as well as people eavesdropping within video conferencing calls. So they've decided to boost their security features and encryption amid coronavirus crisis. Right, so even though they're experiencing a boom, they can't get complacent. They still have to beef up security. Alright, so it says here, Zoom is fine-tuning its video conferencing software and upgrading security features to help prevent Zoom bombing and other privacy intrusions. So they've already come up with a name for what's happening because of how popular, how often it's going on. The San Jose, California headquartered online video provider said Wednesday that it will make available a new 5.0 version of its software later this week. In addition to improved security features, Zoom will use more advanced encryption that will better protect meeting data and prevent tampering with online meetings. These hackers, they're really a menace to hardworking people. Earlier this month, Zoom CEO Errol said that the company would spend 90 days tightening the platform security to help prevent instances of video conferences being interrupted by Zoom bombing incidents. They just keep coming at you. That they refer to it as Zoom bombing. They just keep dropping their fart bombs, as I would say, figuratively speaking. Some of the most notorious cases involve educational classes and local government meetings being disrupted with images of pornography and racist symbols, including swastikas. How dare these people? They have no respect for order, none whatsoever. These intruders. On Tuesday, an online Holocaust Remembrance Day event conducted by the Israeli embassy in Germany was disrupted with pictures of Adolf Hitler and the shouting of anti-Semitic and pro-Palestinian slogans, the Israeli newspaper Haaretz reported. That sounds like some serious shit. So this is what Zoom has to deal with on a daily basis. The new version of Zoom will make it harder for meetings to be Zoom bombed with passwords and waiting rooms, which require passwords and a host to admit an attendee being default settings. For educational users, screen sharing will default to the host only. An improved security feature will be accessible from an icon on the host's interface and will include a report a user option that notifies Zoom of intruders. Well done. That's well done. So they're planning to implement longer passwords and PIN numbers for those calling in by phone. You have the option to create those for yourself. So this is Yuan speaking. I am proud to reach this step in our 90-day plan, but this is just the beginning. We will earn our customers' trust and deliver them happiness with our unwavering focus on providing the most secure platform. I can see the effort that they're putting in. By the end of May, Zoom plans for its entire platform to use tougher encryption, AES 256-bit GCM encryption, which Zoom says offers increased protection of your meeting data in transit and resistance against tampering. You have government officials using this software, and under no circumstance can they afford for unscrupulous people to get access to their data just simply by eavesdropping. It's not gonna work out. The standard can take effect once all Zoom accounts are updated, the company says, that's an ongoing process. The move can help combat potential attacks from hackers. Zoom has already released fixes for several issues brought to its attention, including flaws that could be exploited to hijack a user's Mac computer and access the webcam and microphone. So I always keep my webcam hidden. I put this thing over it. And by the way, you should actively try to regulate which apps can access your microphone. It's a setting that you have to make sure that you constantly check, just to be on the safe side. So they're focused on the user experience. Basically, that's what they're saying here. Right, so more and more people have started using the service, so they have to ensure that they are customer centric. So they have about 300 million daily meeting participants, not weekly, not monthly, daily. And it's growing because it's up from last month, where it was over 200 million daily. Now it's over 300 million daily. That's bonkers. So there's an increased focus on safeguarding confidentiality and making users feel more secure because of the settings that you have access to in terms of passwords, monitoring who can participate in the meetings, kicking off who you want to kick off, banning who you want to ban. Well, that's already a given. So they're using end-to-end encryption. They encrypt information, then decrypt it, and then encrypt it again as it passes through the infrastructure within the platform itself. That's basically what they're saying here. And it's a process that they're always improving. So it's not a be all and end all finality. The security is something that you always have to improve. For example, if you have a website, and that's why I say this to clients that I work with. I'm a business support strategist. Right, I've done websites, I've done Facebook ads, I've tied these systems in together, I've created advertising strategies from start to finish. I've done work for multiple companies, local and overseas, from around 12 different industries. I have like 30 different skill sets. I'm not bragging, but I always tell people that you have to have a system. You have to have something that needs maintenance. So for example, a website has to be maintained preferably daily, but if not daily, it should be maintained at least once per week. You have to check security. You have to have backups of your website. You have to ensure that the content is being updated. You have to ensure that you improve the functionality of the website. For example, in its ability to show up in Google, depending on how your website is configured and how often it's been updated. Right? So these things aren't just one-off things that you create one time and they don't need to be maintained. You have to have someone actively maintaining platforms like these. Even if it's Zoom, it doesn't matter that Zoom is as powerful and as mighty as it is. There still needs to be maintenance. If you are not on Zoom as yet, you've probably been living under a rock. Unless you use Messenger or WhatsApp for your daily communication. Only then that's fine. But a lot of more professional companies are gonna wanna ask you to meet on Zoom. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be looking for a job, you could be prospecting for clients and looking to set up appointments online to meet with those clients. If you're a business owner, Zoom is the place to be. Or you can check out Facebook Messenger rule, but Zoom and Skype are the go-to for, especially for business owners. And that ends it here. Remember to subscribe, click on the notification icon. I would really appreciate it if you do. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. By the way, if you look on my channel, you won't necessarily know how many subscribers I have. Doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you do your part. You subscribe, click the notification icon to get notified about new content. I will see you in the next video.